I'm a golden skeleton that has every single skeleton curse cosmetic in the game, and by the end of this video, you're going to know how to get all of them for yourself as well. On top of telling you how to get it, I'm also going to show how each cosmetic looks in game so that you can better know if you want to try to achieve it or not. For starters, before you can get any of the cosmetics, you're going to need to get the skeleton curse first. To do this, you're going to need level 75 in the Reapers faction as well as level 100 in the Servants of the Flame faction. Once you've done all that and gotten the skeleton curse is when you'll then have to start doing a bunch of different other requirements to get all of the different cosmetics. There's cosmetic customization options for the head, the torso, the legs, and the bone colors. All of the unlockable cosmetics can be bought from the bonesmith who's found in the Reaper's lair. We're going to start by talking about how to get every single skeleton curse headpiece. But if you're interested in hearing about other specific cosmetics, then you can go to the description or to the play bar of this video for each specific one. Now let's get right into the headpieces. First off, we have my favorite headpiece, which is the Buckethead skull. To get this headpiece, you'll need level 170 in Servants of the Flame. But why is it my favorite? Well, you get the idea. Next up is the Barnacled skull. To get it, you need the Rack Them Up commendation. In order to get that commendation, you need to sink 500 ships representing the Guardians of Fortune after you've gotten the skeleton curse. Then we got the Short Fuse skull, for if you got a short temper. This one requires the My Booming Bones commendation. To get this commendation, you need to be wearing the skeleton curse and blow up another pirate while holding a gunpowder keg. The next one is the Bearded skull. To get this one, you'll need the Bony Fort commendation. To get the commendation, you need to complete 20 sea forts while wearing the skeleton curse. Then we got the Blindfolded skull, which requires the Feared of No Ghost commendation. To get this commendation, while you're wearing the skeleton curse, you need to kill another player who's wearing the ghost curse. This cosmetic is for those of you that aim like a stormtrooper. Then there's the Golden Top skull, which only requires level 140 in Servants of the Flame to be able to obtain. And then there's the Repaired skull, which is even easier to get, as you only need level 110 in Servants of the Flame to be able to obtain it. Then there's the Reaper's Bones skull, which requires level 100 in the Reaper's Bones faction. This means you need level 100 in Servants of the Flame and level 100 in the Reaper's Bones. Then there's the Reaper's Bones Mask skull, which is the exact same requirements, which is level 100 in Servants of the Flame and level 100 in Reaper's Bones. Then we got the Obsidian Captain's skull, which requires level 310 in the Servants of the Flame, as well as the Flaming Foes commendation. To get this commendation, you're going to have to be wearing the skeleton curse while setting 50 players on fire using the Obsidian Ashen Wind skull. Next up is the Obsidian Arrow Pierced skull, where you're going to need level 225 in Servants of the Flame to get it, as well as yet again the Flaming Foes commendation. To get this commendation, you're going to have to be wearing the skeleton curse while setting 50 players on fire using the Obsidian Ashen Wind skull. Now time for the Obsidian Branded skull, which requires level 205 in Servants of the Flame, and yet again the Flaming Foes commendation. To get this commendation, you're going to have to be wearing the skeleton curse while setting 50 players on fire using the Obsidian Ashen Wind skull. And now time for the final headpiece, which is the Obsidian Shattered Mask skull. This headpiece requires level 270 in the Servants of the Flame. And for the last time in this video, I get to say this, it also requires the Flaming Foes commendation. To get this commendation, you're going to have to be wearing the skeleton curse while setting 50 players on fire using the Obsidian Ashen Wind skull. Now that I've told you how to get all of the headpieces, let's talk about how to get all of the torso pieces. The first torso is the wheel-built upper body. I would say this one is if you like helming so much that you've basically become the wheel. To unlock it, you need the His Favorite Crew commendation. For the commendation, after you get the skeleton curse, you need to sink 100 Guardians of Fortune faction championships, while you yourself are aboard a captain ship. I'm pretty sure the typing on this commendation is wrong though, and it actually only has to be regular Guardians of Fortune ships, and they don't have to be champion ones. Then there's the concealed upper body, which requires the Booby Gone commendation. In order to get this commendation, you'll need to defeat 100 phantoms while wearing the skeleton curse. Then there's the Lobster Pot upper body, which requires level 190 in the Servants of the Flame faction. Level 190? You're really gonna have to claw your way to victory for this one. Now for my favorite torso, the barrel-chested upper body. In order to get this torso, you'll need the Pathetic Tokens commendation. In order to get this commendation, after you have the skeleton curse, you'll need to hand in 100 Athena's Fortune emissary flags to the Reaper's hideout. But why is this my favorite torso? Huh? Yeah, the exact same joke from earlier. Maybe it's funny now. Let's move on to the Greatcoat upper body. If you want this torso, you're gonna have to get Allegiance level 130 in the Servants of the Flame. Then there's the Gold-shouldered upper body, which you unlock by reaching Allegiance level 160 in the Servants of the Flame. Now for the Rib-caged upper body, which requires the Booby Gone commendation. In order to get this commendation, you'll need to defeat 100 phantoms while wearing the skeleton curse. Then we got the Reaper's Bones upper body, which requires level 100 in the Reaper's Bones, as well as level 100 in the Servants of the Flame. The next torso is the Obsidian Captain's upper body. If you want this, you'll need level 350 with the Servants of the Flame, as well as the Bare Bones Commendation. To get the Commendation, you'll need to complete 10 Skeleton Camp rituals as the Burning Blade crew while wearing the Skeleton Curse. Then there's the Gold Trim upper body, which requires level 255 with the Servants of the Flame. As well, yet again, it requires the Bare Bones Commendation. To get the Commendation, you'll need to complete 10 Skeleton Camp rituals as the Burning Blade crew while wearing the Skeleton Curse. And lastly, there's the Leather upper body, which requires level 300 in the Servants of the Flame, as well as yet again, the Bare Bones Commendation. To get the Commendation, you'll need to complete 10 Skeleton Camp rituals as the Burning Blade crew while wearing the Skeleton Curse. As you can probably tell by now, there's a lot of PvP involved in getting tons of these cosmetics. So to help you get better at PvP, I have some very in-depth guides linked in the description of this video. One of them is for solo sloop, one of them is for duo sloop, and one of them is for the brigand team. So check whichever one out that best suits you. You can do that once you're done watching this video. Now let's continue. Now that I've talked about how to get all of the headpieces, as well as all the torso pieces, we're going to move on to talking about how to get all of the leg pieces. For the first leg piece, we got the Skeletal Skirt lower body. To get this cosmetic, you'll need the Risk It All Commendation. To get this commendation, once you have the Skeleton Curse, you'll need to sink 100 Guardians of Fortune faction championships while you yourself have a level 5 Reaper's Emissary flag up. I'm pretty sure that the text on this commendation is a typo, and the boats you sink don't actually have to be faction champions, but they can just be any Guardians of Fortune boat. Hey yo, don't look up there. Now for the Sunken Stump lower body. This one is easy as you only need level 120 in the Servants of the Flame to get it. Then we got the Weighty lower body, which is yet another one that's a level requirement. You'll need level 180 in the Servants of the Flame in order to get it. Let's check out the Rags and Bones lower body. In order to get this cosmetic, you're gonna need the Stories from the Dead commendation. In order to get the commendation, you need to complete the Heart of Fire Tall Tale while you're wearing the Skeleton Curse. Needing to do the Tall Tale for a Skeleton Curse cosmetic seems to line up pretty well, as doing Tall Tales makes me feel dead both inside and out. Then we got the Twin Pegs lower body, which personally is my favorite lower body. Because I mean, come on, you got 2 peg legs. That's the most pirate thing I've ever seen. To get these double peg legs, you'll need the His Favorite Crew commendation. Here's how you get this commendation. After you get the Skeleton Curse, you need to sink 100 Guardians of Fortune faction championships, while you yourself are aboard a captain ship. I'm pretty sure the typing on this commendation is wrong though, and it actually only has to be regular Guardians of Fortune ships, and they don't have to be champion ones. On to the Swag Shorts lower body. If you want these swaggy shorts, you're gonna have to get the One of the Crew commendation. In order to get this commendation, you need to board a skeleton ship while you yourself are wearing the Skeleton Curse. Now for the Ironfoot lower body, which requires level 150 in the Servants of the Flame in order to get it. The next leg piece is the Reaper's Bones lower body, which requires level 100 in the Reaper's Bones, as well as level 100 in the Servants of the Flame to get. The next leg piece we got is the Obsidian Captain's lower body, which requires level 330 in the Servants of the Flame to get, as well as the Envious Envoy's commendation. To get the commendation, while you're the Burning Blade crew, you need to kill an Athena's Emissary player while wearing the Skeleton Curse. Now for the Gold Trim lower body, which requires level 240 in the Servants of the Flame, as well as the Envious Envoy's commendation. To get the commendation, while you're the Burning Blade crew, you need to kill an Athena's Emissary player while wearing the Skeleton Curse. Now for the final leg piece, we got the Leather lower body. This one's so creative, ain't it? To get this leg piece, you're going to need level 285 in the Servants of the Flame, as well as yet again, the Envious Envoy's commendation. To get the commendation, while you're the Burning Blade crew, you need to kill an Athena's Emissary player while wearing the Skeleton Curse. Since we finished up talking about all of the headpieces, as well as torso pieces and leg pieces, it's time for us to now move on to the different bone colors. But right before we do that, if you've enjoyed the video so far and found it helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like it. Now let's get right into the bone colors. Let's start with the Mottled bones, which you're going to need level 105 in the Servants of the Flame to obtain. Then there's the Crimson bones, if you want to be a cherry skeleton. For these bones, you're going to need the Rolling Bones commendation. To get this commendation, while you yourself are wearing the Skeleton Curse, you need to play the Seek the Dead shanty with another player that's wearing the Skeleton Curse. Now for the Ashen bones, which requires the Stories from the Dead commendation. In order to get the commendation, you need to complete the Heart of Fire Tall Tale while you're wearing the Skeleton Curse. Now for the Verdant bones. In order to get these bones, you'll need the In His Name commendation. In order to get this commendation, after you've gotten the Skeleton Curse, you need to get a 4 streak in Hourglass 50 times, while representing the Servants of the Flame. This means sinking at least 200 boats, if not more. Now we got the Peanut Butter bones, or the Two-Tone bones. To get these bones, you need the Flame Never Dies commendation. To get the commendation, you need to sink 50 Guardians of Fortune ships while you're wearing the Skeleton Curse. These bones are very potent against those with peanut allergies. Now to complement the peanut butter bones, we got the grape jelly bones. Their actual name is the Sunken bones, but that's not as cool. If you want these bones, you need level 200 in the Servants of the Flame. I'm now going to show off the Obsidian bones. If you want these bones, you need level 210 in the Servants of the Flame, as well as the Playing the Part commendation. To get the commendation, you need to sell the Burning Blade boat to Captain Flameheart while it has 8 or more rituals completed 10 times over while also wearing the Skeleton Curse. This means that you have to complete at least 80 skeleton camp rituals. Now, kind of similar to the Obsidian bones, we got the Seared Obsidian bones. For these bones, you'll need level 500 in the Servants of the Flame to unlock, as well as the Playing the Part commendation. To get the commendation, you need to sell the Burning Blade boat to Captain Flameheart while it has 8 or more rituals completed 10 times over while also wearing the Skeleton Curse. This means that you have to complete at least 80 skeleton camp rituals. Now finally, the cosmetic I know you've all been waiting to see, which is the golden bones. To get this cosmetic, you're really going to need to prove your worth in Hourglass. You're going to have to obtain level 1000 in Servants of the Flame to get these bones. Yeah, that's right. If you're an average player and you see someone with these bones, it's probably best you just uninstall the game. Alright, now I have one last thing to tell you guys. Obviously, getting a lot of these cosmetics requires being good at PvP. Well, if you want to do that, then check out these videos right here on screen right now. They're also linked in the description. There's a solo and duo sloop guide, as well as a brigantine guide. So pick whichever one you think suits you best. And I promise you that after watching one of these guides, getting these cosmetics will be 10 times easier. Now, if you made it this far into the video, make sure you leave a comment saying my stepmom's cat works at Rare. You're banned, buddy. Anyways, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching, and make sure you make a difference in the world today.